Good morning and welcome to Morning Gospel Fuel with Mr. G. We have made it to Friday, November 20th, the feast day of Saint Edmund the Martyr. And he was around in the Middle Ages and he was killed in battle. I don't know much else about him besides he must have been martyred and killed in battle due to his faith. I'm not 100% sure. But I do know he is the patron saint of pandemics, which is very fitting right now. So maybe we should intercede to Saint Edmund the Martyr. Not to get confused with Saint Edward the Martyr. This is Saint Edmund. Anyway, today's gospel is from Luke chapter 19, verses 45 through 48. 4 verses. Let's begin in the name of the Father, Son, and Spirit. Amen. Then Jesus entered the temple area, and proceeding to drive out those who were selling things, saying to them, "It is written, my house shall be a house of prayer, but you have made it a den of thieves." And every day he was teaching in the temple area. The chief priests, the scribes, and the leaders of the people, meanwhile, were seeking to put him to death. But they could find no way to accomplish their purpose, because all the people were hanging on his words. All right. We've got the cleansing of the temple. This is one of I don't know if it's the only, but definitely one of the few events of which, Jesus is angry and frustrated, and rightfully so, because this is the cleansing of the temple, because people are treating, as he says, they're treating the house of prayer, something devout, something that is to help bring them closer to God the Father, and treating it like a den of thieves, as people are going there, bartering and selling and trying to make money out of greed and just play people, manipulate people into buying and purchasing their goods. And Jesus is not all about that. And I think this is a good reminder that Jesus himself, was God-made man. So he carried all the exact same things of nature that humans have. The emotional side, the physical side, the spiritual side, and all those struggles that we go through. Jesus went through the exact same thing, and he is frustrated right now. That's like the one scene where you'll see him like throwing tables over and stuff like that. But then, the chief priests, the scribes, and the leaders of the people are seeing this, and they're trying to put Jesus to death. Like they're trying to dial it up a little bit to make sure that they can, put Jesus to death with all the blaspheming that he's doing. But they couldn't find a way to do it because the people were hanging on to his words, which is the theme of today. So clearly Jesus spoke with such wisdom, with such grace, with such compassion, and such clarity that people were attracted to him and took what he said to heart. And that's what we need to reflect on whenever we are talking. How do we use our words? And whether, it's modern society, 21st century, in this technological world that we live in, whether the words are from our mouth or if they're through our writing, or through social media and technology of what we type, do we think about what we're posting? Do we think about what we're saying? Why we're posting it or why we're saying it? Is what we're saying, is it not only true in factual knowledge, but is it wise to post? Or is it more of our personal opinion, and is it just more of an emotional response as opposed to anything else? And that's what we need to consider before we post things, or before we talk from our mouth as well. So showing prudence and just maturity in that are just things to consider. So otherwise, continue trying to be as Christ-like as possible, knowing that that's our only way to peace. And have a great weekend. Enjoy the grind. Enjoy the adventure. God bless. In the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen.